Smoke on the wind, iron in the sky. I measured the field where I would die. Every move counted, every breath planned, victory resting in the palm of my hand. They came like a tide I had broken before, predictable patterns of hunger and war. I saw the spear arc, I knew where it fell, a clean ending written, a job done well. But something moved where nothing should be, a fracture in fate I could not foresee. You stepped between the ending and me, no bargain struck, no strategy, no gain to claim, no thread to weave. You chose a path I can't conceive. What law is this I've never known? What force moves flesh against its own? You fell where I was meant to be and left your question inside of me. I held you there as the rain fell, your blood in my hands. No hatred, no fear, no victory cry, just quiet as stars that burn out and die. You looked at me like I was the one who carried the weight of what you had done. No logic remained, no balance held true. The world I had mastered broke open in you. I've conquered with reason, with vision, with fire. But this act I cannot apprehend. You stepped between the end and me, no empire gained, no decree, no future shape that you would see. You gave yourself rationally. What kind of strength just lets go? What kind of mind refuses to know? You died for something I can't see and left your shadow inside of me. Was I mistaken in all that I've known? Is power not held by standing alone? If survival is all that we're meant to defend, why would you choose such a meaningless end? Or is there a truth I've yet to uncover, a force that binds one life to another, a thread not of conquest, not fear, not command, but something I cannot yet understand? You step between the end and me and shatter the rules of reality. No calculation, no certainty, just something vast and unseen. If there's a reason, it waits ahead in the space between the living and dead. You closed your eyes but opened a door, and I am not what I was before. Smoke on the wind, silence remains, but something new moves under the pain. A question sown where none should be. Why would you give your life for me? We were winged on open water, names spoken without chains, firelight and laughter, uncounted days. They came with ledgers and iron, with laws carved into bone. They taught me order through violence, peace through the blade. They called it civilization. I call it a grave. I sharpen silence into purpose, turn grief into aim. I followed the scent of crystals across star and flame. I do not beg the universe. I do not weigh my turn. Every chain they ever forged returns, 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 returns. When the heavens stay closed, that history chose. I became the hand of justice when justice had no knife. Now justice has a hand and a knife. You meet me at the end of your life. Call me nemesis. Say it like a curse. Say it like a warning. Say it to the hearse. I am the eternal flame that will not forgive. I hunt you through the multiverse until no tyrant I became what they feel. I drank from the river of vengeance, and it never ran clean. I am justice remembered. I am fury unbound. I am every stolen tomorrow burning now. I am nemesis. I am the flame. I am the scream of the broken calling your name. And if I cannot tell where justice ends and hate begins, then tell me, when did I lose the last of my We were born when love was died, on islands made of dreams that never die. In the hush between the stars and sea, a spark of love, a will to be.
Smokytopia, rise like dawn. Through ancient winds, we carry on. Hearts awaken, voices soar. We are the hope we're waiting for. With every hand we lift the light. With every soul we end the night. Together strong, together free. A world reborn in harmony. Smokytopia, rise like dawn. Through ancient winds, we carry on. Hearts awaken, voices soar. We are the hope we're waiting for. so we end the night. Together strong, together free, a world reborn in harmony. Smokytopia, rise like dawn. Through ancient winds, we carry on. Hearts awaken, voices soar. We are the hope we're waiting for. Sky remember, who is like God through we? Who is like God? We're waiting for. We're waiting for.
The sky remembers, and so do we.
Through ancient winds, we carry on. Hearts awake and voices soar. We are the hope we're waiting for. With every hand we lift the light. With every soul we end the night. Together strong, together free, a world reborn in harmony. The sky remembers, and so do we.
like a crown of thorns, sang to the dark where the children were torn. They taught me silence, I learned to kill. A heart turned iron and iron wills. I walk through centuries soaked in cries, 1,000 deaths behind my eyes. But he stepped forward into the spear, and in his blood I saw it clear. Let the blade fall, let the blood dry, let the ghost sleep, let the storm cry. I am not wrath, I am not flame, I am the one who let go the name. He asked for nothing, gave me grace. I felt the world in his quiet face. The dance was calling, old as breath, a song that outlives hate and death. And I felt like rain, like stars, like light. I shattered the chains that held me tight. Forget the fire, forget the war. I open my hands, I close no door. Let the blade fall, let the blood dry, let the ghost sleep, let the storm cry. I am not wrath, I am not flame, I am the one who let go the name. Let the blood dry, let the ghost sleep, let the storm cry. I am not wrath, I am not flame, I am the one who let go the name.
Let the blade fall. Let the ghost sleep. Let the storm cry.
The sand is glass beneath my knees. Crater miles where prayers were swallowed whole. Black smoke stitches shut the sky, and the wind won't carry any soul. I hold you like a broken oath, traveler, my impossible, my friend. Your blood is warm, the world is cold, and nothing here knows how to end. Listen, the moans of the wounded are a cry without a name, and I am finally quiet, but quiet doesn't mean I'm safe. Across my lap, across my heart, you lie like dawn that won't arrive. I comb your long hair with shaking hands and sing the part of me that didn't survive. I mourn my people, I mourn my friends, I mourn my children, mine and not mine. All the men and women, all the little ones ever murdered by war's blind hunger and time. Heroes twisted in the streets, fools with medals, fools with flags, burned out houses, shattered doors, names caught in ash like torn up rags. I wore my violence like a crown. I called it duty, I called it fate, but I see the truth in your open eyes. No victory can repay this weight. If there is a God in smoke and steel, let it choke on what it made. If there is a song that cleans a wound, then let it cut me open, blade by blade. Across my lap, across my heart, you lie like dawn that won't arrive. I comb your long hair with shaking hands and sing the part of me that didn't survive. I mourn my people, I mourn my friends, I mourn my children, mine and not mine. All the men and women, all the little ones ever murdered by war's blind hunger and time. I remember faces, not enemies, not targets, faces. I remember laughter before the marching, hands before the knives. I remember the first lie, that killing can be holy. I remember the second lie, that grief makes us wise. Traveler, if you can hear me past the veil of smoke, take my rage with you, leave me only the ache. World, stop just for this breath. Let the dead be heavy, let the living be spared. Across my lap, across my heart, you lie like dawn that won't arrive. I comb your long hair with shaking hands and sing the part of me that didn't survive. I mourn my people, I mourn my friends, I mourn my children, mine and not mine. All the men and women, all the little ones ever murdered fire, the bombs that should have come. But the sky itself is burning, and the night feels like the sun. Above, the drones are dancing, spinning death in silent streams, and the men below are trembling, caught inside their dreams. Oh, red sunrise, show us what we've done. The blood of brothers shines beneath your crimson run. We fought for land, for honor, for fear we cannot name, and in this hour we all are one beneath the flame. Outnumbered, outgunned, yet courage carves the air. Science beyond their reckoning cuts through despair. Bodies fall and hearts break, screams echo across the sand. I hold their stories in my hands and try to understand. Oh, red sunrise, show us what we've done. The blood of brothers shines beneath your crimson run. We fought for land, for honor, for fear we cannot name, and in this hour we all are one beneath the flame. Crash and falter, weapons singing light. 10 to 1, the brave still fight through the night. Somewhere a mother cries, somewhere a child prays, all lost in the dawn of this unending blaze. Oh, red sunrise, witness what we've lost. All lives are measured here in pain and cost. The living and the dying, the heroes and the damned, all remembered in the shadow of your crimson hand. We are human still. We are human still. The red sun rises, burning gold across the scarlet land. Two armies stand trembling, weapons tied in shaking hands. A silence falls, broken only by the wind's low moan. And he appears, the traveler standing, offering himself alone. Spare them all, his voice shakes the air. A plea that pierces the hatred, a prayer that bends despair. But the shot the dawn. Time halts, hearts stop, and the world holds its breath drawn. And then she rises naked and terrible in light. For mother, sister, lover, towering into the night. Her eyes hold the horror, the grief, the endless human cause. And in her dance, the will to destroy is lost. Oh, witness the power of the ultimate love that bends swords and turns hearts, that shines from above. She cradles him, her grief a furnace of fire and flame. And the battle-field bows its armies, whisper his name. No word, no threat, just a presence that shatters the night. Men and women see not her, but the faces of their own light. A trembling, a breaking, the drums of war fall silent. The horror recedes, replaced by something incandescent. And those who would kill now gather their lost and torn, and step back from the abyss where humanity is, we reborn. And then she rises naked and terrible in light. For mother, sister, lover, towering into the night. Her eyes hold the horror, the grief, the endless human cause. And in her dance, the will to destroy is lost. Oh, witness the power of the ultimate love that bends swords and turns hearts, that shines from above. A long breath, the world suspended in awe and dread. Every hand loosens, every weapon rests unshared. And she carries him, his body bathed in radiant grace, into the light beyond the battlefield, leaving no trace. The red sun watches silent, red over hearts unbroken, over souls not dead. The horror remains, the war endures, but humanity rises where light assures. No armies, no blood, only a witness and the dawn. The dance of light has ended, yet it carries on. by skin and breath and heat. The earth leaned into my palms like a lover learning me. The river pressed its mouth to stone, the forest knew my hips. Every curve was answered before the mind could speak. We were taught by bodies listening, by hunger without shame. Every pulse a covenant, every cry a name. Everything is alive and it wants to be felt. Every ache is a doorway where the soul has knelt. Everybody is holy, every longing a fire. Love is the only language that the infinite requires. Now you sell desire in fragments, bleach the mystery dry, turn flesh into a spectacle and call it satisfied. You train the eye to take and take, but never how to stay. You turn the axe that binds us into something thrown away. What once opened heaven you reduce to supply, and wondered why the world feels cold and no one knows why. Everything is alive, not a product, not a crime, not a thumbnail, not a number, not a way to kill time. We were joined by devotion before borders and guns, before love was outbid by the rich and the numb. I have watched the nations coupling only through the teeth of war, penetrating earth with iron to see who bleeds the most. They speak of strength and dominance, of markets, flags and growth, but the ancients warned us plainly, what you take you cannot hold. When touch is stripped of meaning and power takes its place, we forget the only force that ever saved our race. Everything is alive, everything is alive, everything is to be known, and it aches to be known. Every heart is a cosmos, afraid to die alone. Human love, flesh and spirit, is the thread we must defend. The only way through eternity is to touch it and not pretend. So say her name with reverence, say his with open hands. Say the earth is not a resource, but a breathing, burning land. The world is still listening, though wounded, though restrained. Love is how we answer